Learners, the very last video coming from the house in Colombia, and we're gonna be learning how to play Cocaine by Cale. We're also gonna be doing it in Eric Clapton's key principally. Don't do drugs. But do love Cale, because he's one of the best songwriters of all time. We're gonna do it in Eric Clapton's key and Cale's key. New ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday. Printable tabs for this song and all our songs by becoming a Patreon, links in the notes. Ooh, we got a big band concert going. Drugs are lame, don't do them, but this song is very cool. Let's do it. Grab the ukulele brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's break it down. You're gonna need two chords, well, four chords, but two main chords. An E chord, which you're gonna play by barring the 4th fret, and then getting a pinky on the 7th fret here. This is your E chord coming from the C shape. We're going to play a D chord, and we're going to play the exact same shape. So take this shape and move it down 2 frets. Bar the 2nd fret, pinky on the 5th. If you prefer the bar chord sound or power chord sound, you could play 2 2 5 5 and 4 4 7 7. You like the power chord sound. If you do that, maybe experiment with your ring finger as well. Okay, so the principal rhythm is going to be this riff that goes. And that's the majority of the song. You're gonna go down on this E chord 2 times, 1 and, then move it to a D, strum down once, then move it back to an E, down once. 1 and 2 and. Now, to finish it, we're going to have to strum down on the 4th beat here and then and here. So really slowly, we go 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. If we count all the 8th beats, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Now, that little part right there, we can give that life, we can give that movement, and we can make that more dynamic and more interesting. Now, some of these aren't going to be exactly how they play it, but there's some options. I've heard them play it live a couple times, and it's always just a little bit different. We can add a scratch. If you make this E chord, but then release all the pressure, you get this sound. And if we add up strums, we're playing 16ths. And we can do this over one measure, 3 E and a, down, up, down, up. So we get. That's 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 and. So right after down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. You add a down, up with no pressure. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, 2, 3, 4. And that's pretty cool, right? We can add this little baby riff too. We can go. So what's going on there? Down, 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 and then it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then while holding this down, you're going to play the 4th fret with your index finger of the E string. Then on the 4th beat, your thumb plays the 4th fret. It's a lot of 4s of the C string. And 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 down. Now, another thing you kind of see me doing is on the D when it rings out 1, 2, 3. Sometimes over the 4th beat, I do that scratch, scratch there too. So I go 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 E and a 1 and 2 and and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and a boom. And that's just to give it a little more movement, not necessary, but a cool little touch if you want to add it. We can also use that measure that rings out to add a full lick using the pentatonic scale. So we can also add a full lick right there. And what I'm doing here is the lick looks like this. 5th fret on the and, 1 and, 2 and a 3. So the first 2 notes are happening on the offbeat. 5th fret of the A string, 1 and. And you go down 2 and a. On the offbeat again, 5 hammer 7 on the E string. 1 and, 2 and a 3. Landing on the 3rd beat, 5th fret here. 3 and 4 and. 5, 5, 3, 0. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and. One of the things where I mess up when I do that, one area that I have to be disciplined about is remembering these are all down. Sometimes I slip in it and I go down, up, and I lose the groove. It's down, 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 down. That's really important. Here's another little lick. So this one, you're going to come up 5th fret. You're going to go 5, 7. From the 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the E. Doot, 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 doot. 8th notes. Then you're going to grab the 5th fret here on the 2nd beat and give it a quarter bend. Three, hammer 4. And now these are 8th notes. 3 and 4 and 1. 3, hammer 4. 4, 2, 4. Now this 4 is on the downbeat of the first. So if you're playing alone, when you get there, you're actually going to do it down instead. So if you're playing with someone, you're going to get. And alone, it would be. Okay. One other part, and it's the part. Okay. Now, 2 ways to do this. You can use a full power chord or a baby power chord. Either way, it's going to work just fine. So what it is you can either play 7 and 7, and then down to 5 and 5. Then down to 3 and 3, then down to 2 and 2, or when you go to 7 and 7, ring finger 9th fret of the G string and mute the 9th fret of the C string. And then that would make this 7 mute 5 5, a D power chord. And then that would make this 5 mute 3 3, C power chord. And that would make this 4 mute 2 2, a B power chord. Now the timing here, you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so your first 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and. On the offbeat after 4, so not on the 1 right before it. And 1, 2 and. So then right after the second beat after that. So 4 and 1 and. So you got that first one, 4 and. Then it goes 1, 2 and. So then it's after that, it's right after the second beat. 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. So after the 4, after the 2, after the 4, and the last one, instead of being after the 2, it's right on the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. And that one, right after you play it, you mute it. 3, 4, bow, 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 back to the top. So you get, from the top, this whole breakdown, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. That's the only other piece of the song. Those are all the pieces to the tune. If you wanted to jam over it, you would use the E minor pentatonic. You could add that B flat to make it E blues scale. If you wanted to solo over it. And that is how you play Cocaine. JJ Cale key. I'm glad you asked. That's going to be harder. It's C sharp. So the riff, you need to use these power chords. C sharp power chord, which is 6, mute, 4, 4. With that B one that we've seen. 4, mute, 2, 2. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. That's the main riff in the JJ Cale key. Okay, the riff 1 would move down and it would almost be the same. You move it down 3 frets and you would get 2, 2 hammer 4, 2, 2, open E string, and then 1. That'd be riff 1. The second riff, you really kind of need a low G to play it. It would be 2, 2, 2, 2, then bend. So the second riff, you really, to get it right, you kind of need a low G. It would be 2, 4, then drop down to 2nd fret here and give that a quarter bend. Then come down 3 hammer 4 on the C string. And then it would be 4, 2, 4 on the G string. So it sounds okay, but it sounds a lot better with the low G. And then to go through the end, we can't really kick it off here. So the last little bit gets trickier. It's do, 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 do. 1, da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. 1, 2, and. Then the next one is an A5, and that one we're going to play like this. 2, 4, and then we're going to play open, open. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. The hard part here is though we got to move this down a half step. And to do that, we can't play everything open. So you're just going to play 1 and 2 here together like this. It's a G sharp. You could come down and play it here. I think that sounds a little funny though, because then you get a possibility. The other one. Cocaine. So that whole walk down in the JJ Cale would be 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, instead of E blues, you would play the C sharp blues, right? Soloing over the JJ Cale version. I don't really know what they're playing, and I don't know if you can pick it up on this mic or not. All right, learners, that was it. The very last tutorial coming from our Colombian house. That's why this was filmed on an inflatable mattress. End of an era. The last 7 years have been here. We started this channel for 2 years in Argentina. Then we did 2 years at this house over here. This one right here. We were in that house for 2 years as well. But we've been here for 7 years. So end of an era. Very last video ever shot here. And I'll have a couple extras that I did shoot here just to help me with the transition. But you're going to start to see some videos in London. I'm going to try to do more outside too because I like this vibe. All right? So thank you for learning with us. 10thumbspro.com. Keep on rocking and rolling. And we're going to catch you every Monday for guitar, ukulele Wednesday and Saturday.